up, G's? How you? You good?
How you doing?
All right. That's good. This Spanish Fly in the building tonight. And tonight we're going to do an interview for DJ POOHGEEZ. Shout out to Air 247, and, hopefully, everything go good with the documentary and everything. Shout out to them for having you on the documentary.
My pleasure.
This is DJ POOHGEEZ, all in the flesh, DJ, artist, an engineer, videographer, the man of all trades, So shout out to them for having you on the documentary. And thank you for the privilege. It's definitely a privilege and an honor for you letting me and allowing me to do the interview for you.
Look, it wouldn't be right without my sis. It wouldn't be right without you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Likewise. So definitely thank you for the opportunity. We're going to get right into the interview, So shout out to Ronnie Ron, So, tell me a little bit about Ronnie Ron. How you guys meet? Tell me a little bit about that.
I'll never forget it. When we first met, was at a show. I was there with my man, Sean Jackson, a.k.a. Mr. Booyah. For those who don't know, he used to call him Troll. He used to have a group, Troll and the Bully Goats.
Okay.
So I go there to the show with them. Because like I said, I looked up to Sean. So that's when I first met Ronnie Ron. And I was blown away by their performance. It was like really, really crazy.
Oh, that's cool.
He had so much energy. I said, dang, that dude remind me of myself a little bit. I was like, maybe I'll catch the wave just like him,
Okay. That's dope.
Then also, after, I started getting into the DJing thing, but I was like more of a MC most of the time and a producer.
Okay.
So, Ronnie Ron was telling me, like a couple years later, when we ran back into each other again, he had started a radio station, underground radio station, because they had what I hear, they had other radio stations before that, but this one right here was special because this was mostly all him.
Oh, okay. That's dope.
I'll never forget that he let me come and freestyle on his station. Anytime he had time, he'd be like, "Oh, Pooh, I'll come get you."
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's dope.
a true definition of how to be an older brother.
Okay.
So he's mentoring other kids, not just his own. Another thing I gotta look up to him for.
Okay.
He used to have little Ronnie Ryan with him. He go by Young Hitter now, but I gotta commend you for that, Ron. Like, that was an inspiration for me. By the time I became a father, I'm like, hold up, my boys gotta be right with me.
Right, that's dope. Shout them out for that, because, these children definitely need the fathers in their lives, and they definitely need, that stability and definitely that great rearing. So shout them out for that because, especially being a black father. So that's dope. Shout them out for that. So, when you first met him, what really stood out about him? What really grasped you to
that
really
good. Like I told you, he was hype already.
Okay.
And all my favorite artists are hype. Like everything about me for some reason is hype. So I seen somebody else that was the same way, but he actually was manifesting the stuff that I was dreaming about doing.
Okay.
So, and his drive. No matter what, he never stopped this train.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? He believed that he could be on TV, that he would have the radio station. It manifested itself.
Okay.
Cause not only he was teaching me about radio, learning how to really not to be scared while you're on radio. Like that's my first radio experiences.
Oh, that's dope. Okay.
So he let me freestyle on his station. Sometimes he let me go for an hour. So shout out to you, bro. Shout out.
I remember, I know how you used to do, I know you still can go, So that's dope. Shout him out for that, That's definitely a stepping stone, and it takes a real one to help create another real one, because, and it takes a real one to be, in that same circle, real recognized real, and, you know, it's good to have that energy and those type of people around you that can get you, you know, to your next level. Because everybody, no matter what anybody say, I don't care what kind of artistry you in, whatever field you in, you learn something from somebody.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And so that's a blessing in itself. So shout you out for that. You know, and that's dope. You know, I'm glad that you know, like you learned from him in different ways. You know, and
because at first I couldn't host.
Onto things. Okay?
I'm gonna be honest with you. At first I couldn't host. Oh, you should have heard me. I'm sitting there fumbling the world. I messed up. My bad, bro, for messing up on our first interviews. But guess what he did? He still ain't give up on me.
Okay.
And this was like, it started off, you know, just let me rap on TV with, when he was on, he had a show, it was a show called Magazine Showcase.
Okay.
And Napoleon let him host.
Oh, yeah?
So instead of him just hooking himself up, he hooks up me.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm like every time, big bro, I'm going to say this big bro, because that's bro to me. You know what I'm saying? Instead of him just leveling himself up, he uplifts other people around him. So it was like, he went to TV. He took me to TV with him.
And that's dope, because they help you get into the development, you know, that you're in now. You know, like you're doing a videography. You know what I mean? You're doing all of that stuff. You're doing graphic design and you're doing everything. So it's like that goes back into learning stuff from people. So that's dope, because you know, that helps you help other people. You know what I mean? And that's a blessing that keeps on giving. You know what I mean? And that's a good thing to be around people that's like that. That you can have that type of person in your circle, because it's not a lot of people that's out here that's like that. And some people are so selfless and selfish that they only focus on themselves. You know what I mean? So shout out, you know, to him for
and shout out to you too, Queen.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
The Queen. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
I appreciate it.
Any more questions for me? Cause like I said, I got like radio said, you got questions, I got answers. Let's go.
All right. So besides that, like, I mean, I know that they're like a part of like the franchise, of course. Like, so they started the franchise.
They were
the founders of franchise. Him and also Grand
Wizard Rashid.
Correct? Am I correct?
Right.
So tell me a little bit about that.
They was
like, you know, how was the experience working with them? Like, because
at the top of the chain. Look, not only did they didn't do music, they were famous for the dancing too as well. It was like,
okay.
You know, and I gotta give Rashid his props too.
Okay.
Only one I know who can scratch with his ear and his lip, and he can go around backwards on the other side of the table and be scratching. Oh yeah,
wavy, like
real wavy.
We gotta see him. We gotta bring him to the, you know, maybe to the DJ fest and put him on the tables or something.
Come on, Grand Wizard.
Let's go. You know what I mean? We always have a DJ fest, you know. So maybe shout out y'all slide through this year or whatever. Hopefully COVID over.
But Ronnie Ryan, true definition of a real brother.
That's dope.
Who would give a person his shirt off his back, because he's done it already. Like it didn't just stop from TV. You know, he was on Channel 7. You know, he moved from being on Magazine Showcase to having his show on Channel 7, and he wound up having having channels, which lead up to now. He got a Roku channel. Roku channels. Let me get that right. He has a whole network.
Okay, that's
called Air 247.
Hey, so shout out to y'all for that.
I had to get that right. Excuse me, Ryan, for messing it up, man. You done so much, man.
It's understandable, you know, when people are doing all different kind of things. Look, we're human, you know, things, you know, it happens, you know. So shout them out, shout y'all out for that, you know, and we'll definitely make sure that we pushing and letting people know about them and help them promote it so people can check it out. You know?
Shout out his son too, Young Hitter. Like, that was a crazy interview for me. I love doing it. Yeah, Young Hitter, word up. And Ron,
Shout out.
salute.
Thank y'all for the interview. You know, it's definitely you know, an experience, and it's definitely, you know, was an opportunity. You know, I thank you again for, you know, allowing me to do the interview and everything. And
Anytime,
you know,
anytime.
and
I said if I'm gonna get somebody to interview me, it would have to be you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And guess what? And shout out to the other ladies too that was gonna help out. You know, chick with the juice, word up.
Shout out to my girls. Shout out to my girls.
And shout out. You gotta shout out Paulie and the gang.
Yeah, we gotta shout out
She
all
told
of
me
them.
the first thing she told me was
like, if I can't get to you,
she like I'm out of town right now, but go call Paulie. So shout out to you, Paulie.
Shout out to Paulie. Shout out to Chick. Shout out to the whole Glock gang. You know, and definitely shout out to y'all.
The A Radio, and also shout out Thug Divas.
Yes, shout out.
And Philly Sharp. Salute.
Hey.
And most of all, shout out to Ronnie Ron, a true brother, a true dad, a true friend. Good peoples, flat out good peoples. No ulterior motives. He do it from the heart. So if he tell you it's a price for something, it's worth paying for it, because you're gonna get so much more. Salute, Ron.
Salute. DJ POOHGEEZ, Spanish Fly, and we out.
Let's go.
Hey. Woo.